Welcome to my YouTube channel, Share Your Coding Experience. In the previous video, we were discussing about a class rectangle, and then we also discussed about by using extents, what are the restriction we could apply when you're passing the parameters. Right? We can restrict the parameter type by using the extents keyword. Then we also discussed about this pair again. Then we said, okay, when you're defining a generic class, not necessarily all the attributes have to be in a generic nature. So we can have a different non-generic attributes within the generic classes. Okay, so that is. Let me put a few more example. Okay, um, then so let's say. Um, Imagine a situation you wanted to store a list of rectangle. Okay, list of rectangle. Now, list of rectangle. So we want it to be like a more specific because we don't want any. So we say a rectangle. I want to store it. The length is integer. It has to be integer, and the width. Okay. So inter rectangle list one. New array list. Okay. Similarly, I defined another rectangle list, which I said, okay, a double. So rectangle is 2. Right? Now imagine a situation. Just forget about logic at this point. Just think about a business. See, this kind of situation, you will see in many projects actually. Like you want to store these two list, okay? But you don't want, because we know that we can reuse the pair class. So I want to store two list within an object, okay? So let's try that, okay? So we defining a pair. We are going to declare a variable of pair. Then we said, okay, my first parameter, which is d, represents here. Let me see this d. Okay, I wanted to say it's a list of this one, and the second parameter similarly, I wanted to say list of, right? Then you can say a new, let's say rectangle new array list, right? Then you can pass rectangle list 1 and rectangle list 2. Okay, so let's see what's going on. It says compilation problem, cannot unable to resolve the constructor. Okay, sorry, it's not a new array list, it's a new. Okay, it come back without an issue. All right, so this way you can create any complex combinations. Any, this is the beauty of a generic classes. You can define any combination. You can do any kind of combinations. Okay. Now, when you're writing this one, you guys think about this one. Like, so for example, this how complex it is. I mean, we know that we are going to store rectangle integer of these two things. Okay, so let me introduce this and let me explain about the var. Then you'll understand the benefit of var. So you guys are thinking why I'm talking about var, because going forward I'll be using var everywhere. So that's the reason I just wanted to talk. So the var is actually a keyword. It was introduced as part of Java 10 release. Okay, so let us use the var here and see how simple it is. Okay. See, I'm going to say the same thing here. I'm saying, okay, my var, okay, rectangle pair 2 is equal to same thing. Okay, now let's say my value 1, which is nothing but var value 1 is equal to rectangles pair 2. Sorry for the naming convention. Okay, then get that one. You guys can see the compiler infer the data type from the right side based on the right hand side assignment. It infers. So basically you don't have to type all these things, by using var keyword. The compiler infer the data type, what are the data is going to store here, what type of variable it is, okay, what value it is to go, what are the values it's going to store. And then similarly, when we getting get data one, it inferred it as okay, we are the value one is going to be a list of rectangle of, with the integer to arguments. So that's a beauty of var. So that is basically simplified. You don't have to type all these things. It reduces a lot of your typing, and also simplify the coding. Okay, so the var was introduced as part of Java 10. So going forward, we will be using var. Okay, then another stuff. Okay, so as part of this one, I'll be using. We wanted to reduce a few more coding, right? So let's. There's one more thing maybe. I'm sorry, I just wanted to explain about this feature as well. It's called Java Record. Java Record is actually introduced as part of Java 14. So Java 14 feature. So Java Record. So what is the beauty? Java Record is this record is a symbol. You can define a symbol data class. Okay, if you consider this particular class, what are the, you have a two attribute, which is two attributes are generic in nature, which we said L extent number, W extent number, and it got a private length, the length, width, and then it got a getter get setter method. Okay, it got a getter method constructor as well. Now I'm just going to change this class as a record. Okay, just change this record. Then I said okay. Returned, then L length comma W, sorry, not the brace, instead of brace it is a bracket, then just close the brace, semicolon. You don't need all these things. So see how simple it is. You'll get everything what you want, rather than it's all this boilerplate code you can just avoid by using simple record. A record is a symbol class. It's a symbol data class. It provides the parameterized constructor and all the getter set methods, and then also not the getter setter method, not the setter method. It will provide the getter method. Remember, the class is final in nature. You can't extend it. Okay, we'll discuss about record very in detail in coming videos, but just forget about the other features for time being. I'll be using record in all other example, for all generic example. I'll be using record going forward. Okay, that's the reason I just added record here. Um, uh, okay, similarly, we can also do the same thing in the case of pair as well. Right? Let's do that. Okay, record pair. Yeah, we said okay, it's a generic. Yeah, and it got a D data 1, E data 2, and it got a, because okay, let me take these guys off. Okay, so the only difference is when you're using this, we can change the behavior. We can the only difference is instead of get function, you will see you will not get a you can have a parameterized constructor and all those things. Timing, let me remove this name so that it will get a compilation. We'll discuss about those overloaded constructor later. But the only other difference is if you look at this one, instead of get data one, it's a data one. Okay. Wherever you get data one, the attribute name is, you'll get the function name will be same as the attribute name. That's the only difference compared to the other data class. Okay, by default you will get all these things. On top of that, you will also get a equals and equals and a hash code and all these things. Okay. Hope I'm not confusing guys. You guys. and I'll explain more details about the generic class in the next videos. Okay, thank you. Thanks for watching.